Layer number one.
I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work. God made a way, that's the only way it worked. I'ma walk this way till they put me in the dirt. May your kingdom come as in heaven on this earth to me. It's not what occurred to me. Hell gon' burn like third degree. If you know your history, Jesus paid that purse for me, and he took that curse from me. If you think that's perjury, boy, you better learn to read. Hey, me and my baby girl in one accord, call that double dutch. I've been walking with the Lord, can't be doing such and such. Wait, I took a minute, but now I'm back in it. If God isn't with it, I don't wanna visit. I went independent and started repenting and cut out that fake. I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work. God made a way, that's the only way it worked. I'ma walk this way till they put me in the dirt.
All right, what is goody? Welcome in, welcome in. W's in the chat. So let's get the party started. Big news coming in here today.
Recording in progress.
It ain't a pop gun.
Gotta pay my dues, I know he gon' reimburse me. I can't hide my
all right, let's get it, let's get it.
Horoscopes and dream catchers tell me, is it working? Some of y'all be too drunk off cloud, don't be thirsty.
Welcome in, welcome in. ADP day, let's get it started.
I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work. God made a way.
All right, George VDM in the house. What up, Mr. George? That's poppy. All right, man. W's in the chat if you're fired up, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, I think we good. All right, let's do it. Who we got here? Z Gamer is in the house. What up, Z Gamer? Energy's in the building. What up, Energy? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Who else we got? Who else we got? Who else? 3 ants in the building. Louis G in the house. What up, Louis G? The top G, Louis G, that is. Who else? Who else? Let me take a look at the chat. Hold on one sec. All right, here we go. K Vila is in the building. Hard Winders here. Let's go. Let's go. Jessica Lake in the building. Only Bands is here. Yo, yo. What's up, Kelvin? Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Lopez. Morning, Nate G. Yeah, Bands counted up. There he is. What up, Philon? Philon? Reminds me of a filet mignon. Philon. Philon. Dylan in the YouTube chat. Hold on, Dylan. Let me get you in the Clubhouse chat. What's up, Matt? Good morning, brother. What up, Earl? Chris Stapps in the house. My man. Stevie Mack. Tyrone in the building. What up? Richard Lewis is here. Richard Lewis. My friend. My friend. What's up, Stephanie? What up, Sandro? Yo, yo. What up, Dev? How you guys doing? PM Magnifico in the house. What up, Buzz Blab? Nips Alvin. Gotta love it. Gotta love that name. What up, Nips? Nips in the house. What up, Magnus? Big Magnus in the building. The Viking is here. We got big news coming in a few minutes. So let's start our day here. Pablo's in the house. What up, Pablo? Stephen B is You're stupid, bro. Damn. Stephen B's in the house, everyone. All right. All right, cool. Well, let's get to it here. Today is April 2nd. Yeah, April 2nd here. Let me just move these tools over, and we're going to get the party started here. We got some heavy level news coming in a few minutes, and then we'll see about positions come like 8:30, 9 o'clock. All right, let's go ahead and pray. What's up, Paul? and then we'll begin here. Y'all ready? Let's do it. Father in heaven, Lord, we just come to you, Lord. We thank you for the opportunity to gather here together, Lord. We thank you for this blessing. We thank you that you have plans for us to prosper, Lord. We thank you that we have plans for us to succeed. We ask you for nothing, Lord. We know that you've given us all, and we know that all good things come from above. So we just want to sit here in gratitude and thank you for that, Lord. I would ask you for one thing, God, that you would bless the people that come in and out of this stream today, that you would fix their hearts, fix their minds, Lord, fix their actions, Lord, and bring them to another level of consciousness, Lord, like you've brought me, Father. We thank you for doing this. We thank you for the work you're doing here, for the spirit of victory that dwells amongst us. We ask that you would grace us with your presence today, and we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Let's go. Praying for y'all, man. Praying for every single one of you guys. I can see the changes taking place. It is April. It is a new season, a season of growth. And I'm praying that for you guys and over you guys. What up, Cobra? Amen. Amen. All right, well, let's get this party started here. So we have a nice day ahead of us, right? Again, it is April. April. I was about to be like, it's April Wednesday. Yeah, it's April 2nd. It is Wednesday. Here's going to be the big news coming in here today with ADP. You also will have a word coming out for tariffs on all the decisions that they're making here. So that should bring some volume into the market. But that's pretty much all we have today outside of a bunch of yellow folders, right? President Trump's going to speak later, 4 p.m. Markets will basically be closed by then. So let's go ahead and open up the charts. We're going to get some action right now. Once we open these things up, we've got how much time left? 25 seconds here. So let's watch this real quick, and then we'll kind of get an idea of where gold is and where it wants to go. But you got 17 seconds for the news to come out. So let's just have a look at this, and we'll see where we want to go. 4 hour is still technically bullish, but it's a nasty 4 hour time frame here. So let's see this pop in 3, 2, 1, and let's see where we go. Anything? False alarm? Is it a dud? Maybe we get a dud, eh? Maybe we get a dud. All right, let me send the Zoom link out. Boom, boom. Should I mute them or should I let them come in with hot mics? What do you guys think? What do y'all think? I won't do the hot mic thing on the public YouTube channel. It could get messy. All right, Zoom's out. So if you guys want, pull on up. Here they come, rolling in. You know, here they go. All right, coming on in. All right, lovely, perfect. All right, Clubhouse is in the building. Let me give them some music. Welcome in, Clubhouse. Welcome in. All right, so nothing too crazy. Let's go ahead and do a fresh top-down analysis, and let me just lower the music a little bit. I had to wait for the Clubhouse to do this top-down analysis here. All right, what's up, guys? What up, Juan? Hero of the day is here. All right, let's start on the daily on gold. We'll move through gold. We'll also go through NASDAQ here real quick as well. But this is gold, right? We do have a bearish closure at this point on yesterday's daily candle. So just because we had a bearish closure doesn't necessarily mean that we have to get bearish, right? This could, price can go any way. We didn't even close strong bearish. It's kind of like not a doji, but like a strong doji where you just got big wick to the upside, big wick to the downside. Looks pretty undecided to me, right? So we have to go now. What's this candle going to do here today? So I think if the highs, right? So if this candle's high respects the previous candle's high, and we start flipping bearish and all that good stuff, then I think we could see a little bit of a push down today, right? But if the 4 hour does not break through that support, then there's no way we're moving down here, in my opinion. So let's go to the 4 hour and check that support out. So this is the 4 hour support that I'm referring to, right? How many times now have we came down, attempted to get below this area, yet to fail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we've also tapped there on this current candle 6 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 attempts to the downside, all failures, right? We did take buys in London as we seen this candle kind of moving down, expecting that to be a fake out and a rejection. Ended up taking buys in London there, and now we got to see how we can go about this daily candle or this 4-hour candle here. So obviously the 4-hour time frame is not looking good right now. You have price chopping around quite a bit. Last couple 4-hour candles have just basically been printing side by side, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's 4, 8, 12. Yeah, that's like almost 20 hours, right? Of just kind of chipping away side by side there. So we'll see if the news has what it takes to kind of get things going a little bit here. But all in all, not the greatest range here on the 4-hour chart. This is basically your chop, you know, your consolidation. So I think when we can break out of this, we're going to have a big move, but you know, we got to wait for that to happen here. So this is a tradable range, I would say. From the top to the bottom, it's about 160 pips. So let's see if we can eat in this range here. So let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour did close bullish, so we're trying to create somewhat of a support at this point, right? So we're trying to create a support. We don't really know where we want to go. You know, we have a resistance here, which isn't that bad. If we look left, there's more resistance. So 1 hour is not looking the hottest, but all in all, we did close bullish. 30-minute closing bullish, then bearish here. So 15 minutes probably the only doable chart here, right? So you got resistance forming, you got support down here, and that's basically what we're looking at, right? I think the 4-hour, if it wants to continue down, it should close below the range. If it wants to continue up, then I would say, you know, you will get a 15-30-minute closure above here, and then maybe off to new all-time highs we go. But we don't have the best price action here, not gonna lie. We had much better price action in Asia and London than we do here in New York today. So, and the reason I say that is because you have this no trade range right here, which is, it's okay. It's not the best, not the worst, but definitely not the best range to trade. And then the little bit of clean range that you do have is like, you know, right here, right? So yeah, a little tough coming in here to New York, but that's the ranges. If you want to tighten those ranges up a little bit, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's what you could do, but that's probably not what I'll be doing here. Let's see if the news has any sort of input here, if we can get some sort of volume kicking in. 155, so green numbers on the dollar. That means gold should maybe start to have a little bit of a move down, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Don't bet on it. Don't bet on it. But yeah, that's pretty much gold here. So that's that. Now look, if we create a bullish candle closure here, then maybe we can tighten this up, right? Maybe we can kind of tighten this range up a little bit, and then we can look for, you know, buys above, sells below. But until then, you know, you don't have any range there. So that's my thoughts on gold here today. Let's move over to NQ here and see what the deal is. Are we still selling off? Yes, we are. All right, so we were looking at sells here in London session here on NQ. You basically have this daily candle that did close bullish, but we broke the highs very early on. We've been traveling down ever since. 4-hour time frame is just melting. So as we come into this overall zone now here, probably best to pay attention to see what we do, right? So we should be coming into a 1-hour support here, which we are. And yeah, you know, we need a pullback. So basically, if I'm going to trade NQ, I'm going to look for pullbacks probably somewhere back into this area, 19448, and that would look something like this. Where is that? Yeah, something like maybe a pullback, resistance form, and then more sells to come later. Yeah, something like that. Maybe ideally back into this overall range here where we have all this, right? Something like that, and then just start melting again. So that's pretty much it. I was like, yo, what's up with that blue candle? Yeah, so that's all. You did get a bit of a closure below here, but we're a bit too overextended for me. I mean, the nearest resistance is like up here, so I won't be touching NQ till after till after 9:30 today. Yeah. Any trades in the clubhouse? Yeah, gold buys. Gold buys in the clubhouse. We had buy stops literally set for over 1 hour. Over 1 hour. Where was it? It's right here. So basically what was happening is, block this out real quick. So act as if this had not happened. So the idea was to take a buy off of that candle right there. So in London session, we had this candle closure, this bullish closure right here. A big steep rejection, right, from the downside. This is something that I like to take advantage of, which break of the high, especially during London Open or pre-London. So we're approaching pre-London here. And as we did that, we set buy stops. So we set some buy stops in the break of the highs. Now, what happened here is that the next candle never broke the high, right? So now this red candle here never broke the high. The buy stops were sitting right here. Boom. So never broke the high. So that was the hour closure. So now this buy stop here has been open for 1 hour, right? And now the next candle ends up breaking the highs, moving up. So the way I looked at it was, you had this 1 hour celery play, you had an inverted celery to start with, then you come into an actual celery play. The key for me here was that you broke the lows, right? You broke these lows right here. So what's crazy is I still had my buy stop set in. I walked away from the desk, and as I walked away, price breaks these highs, right? So going down to the 15-minute now, right? So we broke the highs on that candle, and then we closed with no top wick. So I think some people in the clubhouse deleted the buy stop, like with the last 2 minutes of the candle. I just kept mine because I had to go assist my wife with something at 3:30 in the morning. And yeah, when I came back, I was activated, but the candle had closed. So I was gonna leave stops somewhere below the 15-minute candle, but once we closed without the wick here, I literally just, my trade looked like this. Entry was here. Once we got going, once this candle opened up, I moved my stop loss right to break even, and then it just never came back down, and yeah, it worked out well. Yeah, closed. I closed my full position right here. So you see this guy right here? So if we look left, bam, closed the position right around there. So good trade. I ended up making like $1,000 on this account, like 600 on the other one, and I passed my XF, my combine. Yeah, my other combine. So that was it. That was the trade. I missed all the buys here. I was a little salty, not gonna lie. In Asian, I missed this buy right here, and then I also missed that one. So, you know, just watched it. Just literally watched it. So I didn't want to mess around. I had a feeling we'd do the same exact stuff over here. And yeah, this whole no top wick, I could see why people would not re-add their buy stop there. You know what I mean? So I tried to solely look at this trade from the 1 hour perspective, that we were breaking the highs, only my stop loss, right? So I really needed a stop loss. That's what I was counting on the 15-minute for. So my stops would have looked like that. Like the trade would have looked something like that. But when I seen that this candle had no wick, when I got back to the desk, I was only away from the desk for like 3 minutes, and all this happened. So we get activated, we start pushing up. Price is probably around here when I got to the trade, and I was like, all right, break even. And that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, but was all ready to go long here in Asian session last night. It looked perfect. I mean, so what tripped me up a little bit in Asian session was the fact that these two 30-minute candles closed with zero direction whatsoever, right? And then if we look at the 15-minute time frame, I think it was the 15-minute. Yeah, 15-minute time frame. We noticed that there was a fake out. So my range looked something like this. My range was sitting support here, resistance here, right? Oops, resistance here. Hold on. There we go. Bam. So I'm like, I want to set a buy stop here, right? But the candle ends up moving back into the range, breaking the lows. I still had my buy stop on because I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see if it's going to break the low. We were in Asian session. I was, just saying, hey, if we break the low and come back up and close back above this range, I'll keep the buy stop, right? But then this candle ended up closing like way towards the bottom of the range. And I'm like, all right, I guess let's delete the buy stop. Maybe this is a fake out and let's just continue to watch, right? Because you did have clean range coming down here to the left, and then you obviously also had all that clean range to the top side too, right? So, then this candle just came out of nowhere. Like, Big Dog just said, move over, dude. Bam, and just filled the entire range in like a matter of 5 minutes. So that was like how I didn't get involved in that trade. And then now that I look here, so we move up, and this is the range that I really wanted for Asian, right? This range right here. We kind of close at the top of it, and we close with no wick at the top. So now we got to wait, right? And if the candle looks something like this, I think it would have been a much easier buy off of this support. But because it didn't look like that, and because it had no wick on the top of it, what I did was I just marked the resistance off. And I was going to say, okay, I'll wait for a buy above there. And literally same thing. This candle had 6 minutes left on it. It was sitting right here looking perfect, and then just gone. So I went and punched I went and just punched air. Yeah, I didn't even have a punching bag. I was just punching air until London session. Yeah. And so yeah, that was my Asian session. I missed out on all those buys there, but ended up catching them, getting pretty aggressive here in London and making a move out of it. All right, so what do we got here? Goldie. So let's see what's gonna happen here. It looks like you got a little 30 celery playing out. 15 minutes gonna close here in 17 seconds. So we'll see how that goes. Any trades in the clubhouse? Yeah, that was basically that was basically the last 24 hours or 20-hour update. Let's see the 4-hour here. Yeah, 4 hours trying to move up here. So yeah, if we get a potential bottom wick here, might have a buy stop to come up, fill that wick, and see if gold wants to keep pushing. I know numbers came out good on the dollar, so we would be going a little bit against that sentiment, but that's fine. Gold is super bullish. All right, let me see what's going on here. Hooey, what is this going on my computer? What up, YOLO trader? A new day to make some money. That's true. I went to change a diaper. Yeah, no. Kingman woke up just crying like crazy for no reason, really. So I had to give a little helping hand. The no top wick threw me off. Yeah, honestly, if I would have been right then and there and not like a minute or two behind, I probably would have just closed the trade right there. Or maybe deleted it. Thank you, Law Equity. So I think gold buys would have been valid on the break of the 1530. Yeah, the little celery play is okay, but you have all that 15-minute resistance plus price was driving down, so you don't expect that to happen like right there. But yeah, I think maybe if we get a decent, hey Kingman, a decent lower wick, or even a bearish candle or something come down here, and then we get a support to continue moving up. Hi buddy, did you have a good sleep? Yeah, either that or we get a decent lower wick here. Something like this would be perfect. That, and then a break of the high there, be good. Had my stop there also, but I had to go help. Hey, there you go. No way. Damn, Louis G. All right. Family's up and at it here. Wide awake. What session is my favorite? New York session. I love New York session. I like London too. I really, really do enjoy London session. The one thing I like from a technical standpoint with London is there's really no news in the way. There's nothing too crazy going on. You know, New York session, you got a lot of news, you got a lot of interference, a lot of participants, so it gets a little crazy. The fake out, yeah, I do. We just very rarely call it that. So we just call it like, I mean, yeah, we do. We used it the other day. Yeah, we still use the fake out. What up, DJ Scratches? So yeah, I'd really like to see a decent bottom wick, being that we've already kind of just popped out of here. It would be nice. It would really be nice too to actually, it's what time is it? 8:30? Yeah, if we can get like 8:30 and 8:45 to kind of come down here on the 15-minute time frame, 9 a.m. plant support, and then 9:15 go again. That would be awesome. That would be like the ideal setup here. Asian session's been so easy on gold lately. Yeah, we've had the last I think 3 or 4 Asian sessions have been pretty solid. Yeah, and last night was solid too. I just couldn't get that entry. Like thinking back, I think maybe I could have done this and just bought off support, but this candle here with the no wick is what kept me out of that. Yeah, if this candle had a wick, I wouldn't have paid as much attention to that resistance there, but closing with no wick just, yeah, throws it off. Yeah, even if we can get something like this on gold, this little pattern right here, that would be nice too. So you get this bullish candle, and then you get this, you get the bearish closure on this candle, bullish one here, and then take more buys. Something like that. Yeah, because, I mean, this is an okay setup, right? You got all this crap to the left-hand side right above you here, so it'd be nice to buy it off support. Yeah, so that's what I mean. We need volume, right? So we need a lot of volume to push through this block here. So we have volume here at 8:30, but it looks like most of it just came in at 8, right? So if most of it came in at 8, then that means the next set will probably come in at like 9:15, or the latest 9:30 now, right? Unless 8 wants to do something, but I think 8:30 wants to kind of give us that little retracement that we're looking for. New York session has Trump. Yo, Asian session has Trump though too. Asian session, man. Trump be in there. Trump be trumping an Asian. Trump be trumping. Yeah, I think this is a mid-range trade, Norbin. I would say so too. So I'll probably like not do this, because the last like 4 of my trades that were overextended, like midway through or right at resistance, did not work out. So I'll probably not even mess with it. Stephen B using the nose strip and the mouth strip for bed now. Okay, you got your ice water too. What are we calling that? What are we calling that? Your face dunk? The face dunk? Asian session, not too much volume. Yeah, I would say out of all the sessions, Asian's going to be the least amount of volume. But anytime Trump got things going on and things are cooking from that day, it brings some good volume in. And Trump does a lot of his speaking at night, so you get to hear from him and decisions get thrown around there. So yeah, Asian could be popping. Where's my clubhouse? All right, here they are. Johnny Jen's in the house. Jova, how we feeling? Stephen B's here. DJ Scratches, AB Mike sipping on a cup of Joe. Cup of Joeski, eh? Who else? Bands counted up in the house. What up, G? What up, what up? Rafi's here. Dylan. Alright, I see y'all, I see y'all. We were gonna go hot mics today, but we decided maybe not, maybe not. How you doing, Johnny
Hey.
Gems? How are you?
What's up, my brother? You know how I'm doing. Blessed and highly favored. How you doing?
Oh, life is good, G. Life is good. Life is great. Just happy to be here.
Life is good. Thanks, bro.
Happy
Grateful
to
to
be
be here as
here
well.
today.
Whole squad's here. What's up, squad? How y'all doing?
Hey, yo, buy stop ski? I don't know ski. We've got resistance ski right there ski. So we might want to wait ski for a new support ski and then buy off support, eh? What do you think,
Yeah. Damn, bro.
In the meantime, maybe we
You
can
say
rip some
buy ski?
patience. Maybe we can rip some patience in the meantime.
Rip some discipline too.
You want to rip some discipline ski? What do you think, broski?
Shit. What do you say, bye?
Buy ski?
That was hilarious. Yo, Gold's acting weird, low key.
Gold, somebody's watching me. Gold's like, who's watching me right now? Gold's like, stop watching me.
Hurry up, bro.
John, my man. Every time I hear the buy ski, I always think of the Nelk boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me know ski. NQ ski? Let's take a look at NQ ski. Oh, we get a pullback ski here, eh? Yeah, so we close a no wick at the bottom. That's a good sign. So what we're talking about on NQ really is waiting, right? Waiting for a pullback here. So we've been moving down for quite some time. So we're going to either pull back, make a pullback right probably into this zone here, or maybe into this one here, right? And then begin to come down. So I think as long as we stay below 19400 here, you're still valid to go down and fill that wick. You still got clean range. So we're just waiting for a resistance at this point on NQ ski. Yeah, if that resistance can form somewhere up here, like around like 19400, that would be awesome. Something like this. And then we can go ahead and take some sells after we get a red candle here. Nice exhaustion wick would be phenomenal. Oh yeah, if we wait for 930 actually, we get like maybe something like this. We wait on that, and then after that goes down, I mean, we wait for like this wick right here, like the one where you can't even see, and then we just drive. Yeah, that's like the story of NQ here. It's like it'll give you a top wick, just not on the trading candle, right? It'll give it to you. It'll be here. But once that thing's ready to go, it's gone. It's a goner. She's a goner. Band's counted up with them blue lights, eh? Okay.
Count it up.
I see. I see.
Good, bro.
We got the
Man's
blue
looking
lights. Hey,
fresh.
I think we started a trend. There's a lot of streamers. I see a lot of streamers, trading streamers, video game streamers. They all got the blue lights on now, man. They all packing the blue lights.
You're a trend starter, bro.
Man, I shoulda set up some sort of affiliate link.
Shut
I
up,
see
bro.
them all, man. I see them all. Grind time, Mufasa. What's up, bro? What's up, Lights Fire? The boys.
What's up, boys?
The boys.
Saturdays for the boys.
No strip
Sorry,
affiliate
Wednesdays
link
for
coming
the
soon.
boys. Yes, sir, bro. Asian London been beautiful. New York has been
Womp,
ugly.
womp, womp. Should we do YouTube live streams for London instead now?
Oh, hell no. That's true, Aaron. Every session is beautiful in its own way.
It is. They're all
Psych.
unique in their own way. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so when I look at price this way, this doesn't make sense to me to take a buy here.
Nah, bro, we're right at resistance now. Dude, that 15 minute, like, I was looking for closures above that resistance, but it just juiced up. The 15 just juiced up half the range in like 30 seconds, so
Yeah.
it's whatever.
I mean, above there's more clean range, so yeah.
And above there's the break of the 4-hour high too.
Yeah, it's true. Higher time frame flip in there.
That 4 hour still has yet to really come up and make a top wick for that candle
Yeah, it's
at the
true.
moment.
$15 minutes gonna close here too.
Yo, pre-New York, whoever was trading pre-New York with me, now here comes this 4-hour top wick that we were talking about.
That we so
Eventually.
lovely.
Let's see, let's see.
Let's see. Me and Johnny Gems were doing some manual labor yesterday. Appreciate you, John.
Appreciate you, bro.
You know how we do.
That was a crazy workout.
Light work.
Not gonna lie. I think what made it more crazy was the sun hitting on us. That Florida
Oh.
sun does not play.
Yo, my bad. I forgot. You guys can't even see John.
It's all good. I can't see them either. No, I'm kidding.
Boom.
Yeah, that
Rafi
Florida
in the
sun don't
house.
play,
What up,
man.
Rafi?
Went outside and started sweating.
Yeah, it was like
Rafi.
91 degrees yesterday.
Hurt.
Brothers, how are we doing today?
Hey, brother. Hey, brother.
Oh man,
How are you, brother?
I'm doing, how you say, I'm doing good ski?
I'm doing great. Doing great
broski.
ski. We don't do good. We do great ski.
Great
what's up,
ski.
broski?
Big bruski.
Rofsky.
How you guys doing? I see you guys working yesterday really hard out there somewhere.
Had to, you know. Got to put in the work. Got to put in the work. Sometimes you just can't get the movers, you know what I mean? The movers canceled, man. They couldn't do it yesterday. I put myself in the bad situation. No, just kidding. I didn't even call them.
Alright, bro.
Figured me and Johnny Jens could get the job done.
Getting the steps
Sir.
in.
Yeah, we got some
We did.
steps in.
We did get the steps in, and we definitely got the weight lifts in for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We were saying, hey,
it's a double play.
we carried this table
Yeah.
over to like this big dumpster, and we were like, yo, honestly, if someone did that every day, there and back, they'd probably be in pretty decent shape, especially their biceps.
Hell yeah, bro. Definitely ski.
What up, Sandman? Sandman skis in the house.
Sandman. What's up, Sandman?
My guy. Do I know Raja? Yeah, I know Raja. Raja's the man. I learned everything from Raja. 90% of what you see me do here, I learned it from Raja. The other 10%, you know, figured it out myself. Spent some time in the charts, got some new information. And that'll probably be like most of your journey too. You know, a lot of people want to try and reinvent the wheel. They want to make up new setups. They want to, you know, say, hey, look, this is a brand new pattern that I've figured out and things like that. But someone has already figured all that stuff out. You just have to go find out who has and then just piggyback off of them. That's it. You know, don't try and do too much as a trader, right? Just piggyback off of somebody else's success. My mentor would say, as you guys know, Nick, if you're going to walk through a minefield, follow somebody. You know what I mean? If you're going to do something tough, get a mentor. Get someone that you can walk in their footsteps, so that way you know that those are safe grounds to walk on. Otherwise, you're just going to go, you know, blow up, right? You'll blow your accounts up and blow your finances up and, you know, all that stuff just because you want to be that guy that has created the, I don't know, let's call it like this the boomerang play. Yeah, let's call it that. You know what I mean? Just any name, you name it. You name it.
Boomerang play.
Right? And then, then you got to go down that whole rabbit hole, and then you come, and it's tough, right? Why make the journey longer than it needs to be? Right? If you're going to walk through a minefield,
Ego.
right? And this is the whole minefield right here, and there's legit bombs everywhere. You don't know where the bombs are, but they're there, right? They're all over the place here, right? And some other guy has already walked through the field, right? Hey, we need to get over here. Like, we need to get here ASAP. And you're over here, right? Why would you try and walk through this yourself? Why not follow somebody who's already gone through the maze, right? And they know where most of the bombs are, right? And they can kind of walk you through it. Versus you trying to be like, nah, I got this. Boom, boom. You know what I mean? Just for what? For what, G? It's no point. You want to become a millionaire sooner or later? You want to get free sooner or later? You want to make more money sooner or later? You want to have financial freedom sooner or later? You tell me. You tell me.
Before you make any decision in trading or take any trade, always ask yourself, is this decision basically putting me one step forward in the process or one step backwards? Like with this trade I'm taking, am I taking one step forward or one step backwards in the process? Always ask yourself that.
That's it.
Facts though, reverse engineer, man. That's how the successful people became successful. They just reverse engineered what the other successful people were doing. It's a simple process.
It's a 2 to 5 year plan. Put it like that. It's a 2 to 5 year plan to become successfully profitable to where you can do what you feel, 2 to 5 years, right? Some do it in 2, some do it in 5, some do it in less than 2, some take more than 5. But I would say on average, it's a 2 to 5 year plan. And your number one question should be, well, how do I do it in 2 and not in 5? No mentor, no party.
True.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody showed me Raja yesterday, pulled up the stream and all that. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I love Raja, man. Such a good guy. Great trader, even better individual. Nice, Carrie, nice.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah, right. Facts, Patrick. Yeah, I'm gonna dip out too out of Florida for this summer too, and get humid for sure.
Yeah, we might head up to maybe like Lake George, New York.
What the
trade in London was basically the 1 hour right here. Break of these highs to push up. Yeah, if you go back towards like the very beginning, I explained it pretty good. Took a couple minutes to explain it.
What'd you say? Some people deleted with the 15 topic, you said?
Yeah, so like what happened was I actually walked away from the desk. I had the buy stop set for like over an hour. We all did. And I walked away. I left the buy stop there. It got activated, but when I got back, the 15 had closed with no wick at the top, and the next candle was like sitting up here at like 31.50. So at that point, I didn't even have a stop loss. I was gonna have my stops like this, something like that. But once this candle closed without a wick at the top, and we were already up here, all I did was I just moved my stop to break even because it was gonna be below that low anyway now. And yeah, thankfully we didn't break the low or anything. We just respected it and then just kept moving.
Nice.
About time, Goldie. About time you give me something like that.
Good,
Thank
bro.
you.
Especially
Thank
after
you.
last night.
I love you.
This was meant for you, bro. After last night.
Yeah, especially after last night. Oh man, I think I missed like 160 pips of longs here last night.
Last night was fun. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, 160. How did he remember that? Yeah, that's how traumatic it was to me last night. All right, what's up, Martin? Let me just see here. When we have a breakout, but the candle is too extended, which is a more common approach, what's more likely to happen, and how could I prepare for what's coming after an extended breakout? What a good question here. So, candle breakout is too extended. So, okay, Good question. Really, really good. Really good example. This guy's paying attention, right? This guy's actually paying attention to what takes place in the markets, and this is a good question here. So if you have volume, right? So let's use as an example, right? So let's say this candle is 8:30, and let's call this the 30-minute time frame. 8:30, 9:30. If that's the situation, or we could say 2:30, all right, 2:30 a.m. Eastern, 3, and then 3:15, 3:30, right? So anything, New York Open, London Open, whatever you want to call it here, right? The point is if the volume's coming in, right, on this candle, I wouldn't wait for like another support. You can take the buy right off of candle number 2, keeping stops below the lows here, and then just target your area to the left hand side. So that's if there's high volume coming in that moment, right? Now if there's not, so let's say, like, for instance, right now, let's say you get this candle to close, 15-minute time frame, 8:45 to 8:45 to 9, right? And then you have 9 to 9:15. So we know that there's like no volume coming in here, 9 to 9:15, but now we know that the volume could start coming in at 9:15, right? So if you get the 9:15 candle now to close bullish, we know we have volume coming in at 9:30, so that's when you're going to use this scenario. So it just all depends on when the volume's coming in, and I would tiptoe around that. So again, if volume's coming in and this is all you got right here, then I would have an impulse entry on the break of that high for price to continue up. If the volume hasn't pushed in yet, right, and maybe this was the volume, this push up here, boom, 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 right, that was the volume, and now we got to kind of reset, wait for the next time of volume, then I would wait for that. Yeah. Or if there's a resistance, like if that's a resistance here and not clean, that will make a difference too. So this right here will be much different, right, where you have resistance here now, kind of like we have on gold right now, right? So if you have resistance there, then it could become a different game, right? But if it's all clean and it's just bearish candles coming down, then I think it's good to go. Yeah, if it looks something like that, then take the execution, break of the highs there, and target that big move up. Yeah, but again, if you have that resistance here now and it doesn't look clean to the left, then I think, unfortunately, sometimes you're gonna have to wait there. All right, so let's say it looks like that, or you have that here. Sometimes, if you don't want to get too aggressive, you may have to wait for a closure. So that happened to me last night. Waited for a closure, but then candle 5 just ripped. It was just gone. So does that make sense? Does that help out a little bit? Really, the key is volume. As the way we trade is, we are volume hunters. So we want to get in. We don't care about these little candles. We want to get in for the bigger candles, and we know that those bigger candles are coming in at times like 8 a.m., 8:15, 8:30, 9:15, 9:30, 10:15, and then obviously like London Open and all that good stuff.
Volume.
We need volume.
Need it. We're addicted to volume.
Quaker? Oh, we had a Quaker. I didn't even see. I think I'm like blind to Quakers at this point. I'll just pray for him, wish him well, and that's it. Yeah. Okay.
Quakers.
Perfect. Good question though, Martin. Good question, man. If you have any more like that, those are the best. Those are the best when someone asks questions like that, real life scenarios with drawings too. And thank you for not making me draw all the candles, like other people do. Some of y'all be like, hey, Nick, if the candle is bullish, followed by bearish, followed by this, and I'm trying to make up the whole story in my head, draw it out, man. I'm like, damn, send me in a example.
Yeah, Mr. R, I would stick to the session times. So London, Asia, New York, I would stick to those sessions. So that what those times that those sessions happen, that's when there's volume in. So I would look to trade only during market sessions because that's when volume's gonna be in. So I wouldn't want to trade outside of a session time because there's gonna be low volume. Let me know if that makes sense.
That's why in the clubhouse we have the live streams built around the volume times.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't noticed that, every session we have in the clubhouse, 4 sessions a day, are basically planted right where the volume comes in. You know what I mean? So that's why we do it like that.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Could now
so
be an
always stick to training sessions. Yeah.
Yeah. And I never knew about, so that's the cool part about Raja and stuff. Like I never knew about trading sessions. I didn't know there was I knew there was that, but I didn't know like you had an NY Open, you had a London Open, right? I just thought, hey, it's 9 o'clock, it's the New York session. I had no idea that the opens came in, volume came in, ranges got filled. So I would just look for like Fibonacci levels or bank number, prices on the chart and begin to trade off my bias. So once I began to learn about that, I mean, that really helped me because now I actually could stick to 1 to 2 trades a day because I knew, hey, I only really want to trade during these high volume times. And at that point, the only time I traded was pre-New York and then New York. So I would mainly look for trades either at like 6 a.m. or, 8:30, 9:30, and that was it. So that helped me a lot. That helped me stick to 1 to 2 trades a day.
Yep.
I didn't know it was an open. Nope. I didn't know what a pip was at one point. Just like y'all. Remember that? You're like pip. What's that mean?
Yep.
Point in per.
I remember the first video, the first trading course I ever watched. I watched the first video ever with Nick, and I still remember we watched one video, and then he asked me, all right, he was making sure that I was listening. He was like, all right, what's a pip? You remember that?
I had to test him.
I'm like, I don't know.
All right, don't come out of the room then until you know. Rewind that whole 5-hour course back. I'll see you in 5 hours. Man, the first time I opened up the charts, they were talking English, but they sound like ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, bing dong, ding dong. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? There's a new language I'm learning at this point. So you can't be afraid to be a beginner.
Literally a new language for real.
Yeah. Why don't we see your face in Zoom? Because OBS has my camera tied up right now. So unfortunately, while we're doing the YouTube stuff, you can't see my face. But that's all right. You know what I look like.
Yeah, pull up to YouTube too. Come check out his face on YouTube.
Yeah, we have an AI generated Nick running for the New York session. A hologram. The real Nick is actually currently at the gym. You guys seen the Nick with the no blue light glasses, right? That's the guy you want to talk to.
Oh.
How do I deal with 2 time frames telling a different story? I try and get the overall story. So sometimes what could be happening is the daily could be bearish, but the 4-hour could be bullish, right? And those are really the 2 higher time frames I try and get answers from. So now it's like, okay, well, the daily's bearish, but where? Right? Or the 4-hour is bullish, but where? Right? So in today's case on gold, you have a bearish daily candle, right? But a bullish 4-hour candle, right? Now we can look at that and say, well, the 4-hour candle has yet to close below the range and it's breaking highs here, right? And it's trying to break highs here. And if that does break highs, right, on the lower time frame, you also have above 64 here where your daily high is, you have clean range here. So maybe the daily candle doesn't want to move down today, right? Because it can't get below this 4-hour support. So you have to kind of start getting the overall picture of what is happening. So being that the 4-hour cannot close below here or even push below, we may want to not consider this daily candle as much as tying our bias to the 4-hour now, right? And if the 1 hour and the 30 minutes start lining up with that, then that makes for, you know, a story right there. So you can say, hey, the odds of us trading off the 4-hour versus the daily today are going to be much higher, right? And by the way, sometimes they'll both correlate too. Or let's say like the daily's the 4 hours bullish here, right? Because we can run this situation too today. Daily's 4 hours bullish, daily's bearish, but 4 hours coming into resistance, right? So if we didn't have this strong support here, we could spin it and we could say, hey, well, we're running into resistance. Maybe this is the daily candle's top wick. So maybe we could start selling, right, pretty quickly if the 4 hours at resistance while the daily has made a top wick. So it's just about trying to put them together, because although sometimes they're opposite, they will make sense, right? 4 hour at resistance, daily created top wick, daily might go down as 4 hour may reject that resistance. So it's just all about kind of walking yourself through it and kind of telling this, you know, speaking the story out to yourself. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. So that's what we're looking for. Some bearish candles here, and then maybe a closure, strong bullish closure now. Pablo. How to go with futures? What do you mean? Like how to, like where to go or where to get one? What are the candle colors to the glasses? Yeah, these ones are actually, these ones I actually have to read it, because the yellow and the white looks the same. All the blues look the same. Sometimes I might be giving you guys different color bullish candles with these glasses.
Probably do. Like, what color is that to you? That one.
Well, I read it, but.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, ice. This one's ice blue. I think I usually use. Yeah, I think I usually use ice blue. Right? It's the one I usually use.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Ice blue, baby. Long-term analysis on gold, higher time frame, up. Just up. Bullish. Yeah. I mean, look,
Daily's still in that uptrend.
We've been moving up. Pull back. We've been moving up. I would expect a pullback, you know, at this point. At some point, maybe not on today's candle or whatever, but I'd expect a little bit more of a pullback here if we want to keep trending up. Yeah, hopefully we see that. I would like to get out of these all-time highs. It's not as easy to trade here in these highs. $9.15 coming in hot. The TT jet ski? Do most of your winning trades go straight to your advantage point with minimal drawdown? Yes. Yep. So anytime we're in a trade and it's not really doing anything, because keep in mind what I said earlier, we're volume hunters. So when I get into a trade, I'm expecting it to push. You know, I'm not a trader anymore that gets into a trade and just, you know, walks away and figure, you know, we'll get going at some point. I get into trades now that we should push off of right away. Goldie, Goldie.
Closures above 66 are looking valid.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, NQ not looking bad either here. If we can start to shape up a little bit and look a little bit better here on the 15, we just came down. If anything, you know, you could always wait for closures below. Right, you still have that wick to fill. I personally would wait for 9:30 here. Let some crazy stuff go on at 9:30, and then I'll look for some trades. Thousand pips. Holy. Yes, I did have a red day yesterday. Let me log in here.
That was that London trade, right?
Yeah.
That was so whack. That London trade yesterday.
Facts.
Like, yeah, in and out. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I also blew that 150 I told you guys about, but I got the account back already. So I took a trade yesterday, and I'm only doing 100Ks, so I'm not doing the 150s anymore. I do have one 150 left, but I'm not gonna do those new. So I did take out another 100K. I made $3 grand yesterday on it, and then three grand today in London. So past that, got that XFA back. I'll pay the fee for that one later tonight. But two trades, and that was it. That's how we do it, you know what I mean? But yeah, yesterday we did have a red day, but we answered right back. By the way, I don't put my XFA, I mean my combine stuff in here because that would say basically 4,800. So this is all only XFA stuff. No combine stuff, because the combine's like a demo, you know what I mean? Like every trade I'm either gonna make $3 or lose 2 on that. So I don't put the combines in here, so this is all just the XFA stuff. But yeah, 1,700 yesterday, and then 1,800 today. So back to break even. Back to B on the month. Why not 150? I don't know. I just don't see it necessary. Yeah. 100 is well enough. Yeah, because I mean, I kind of pulled the same amount of profits from my 100 that I pulled from my 150K. So, yeah. So I had just taken a payout on that account the other day, and I was only left with, you know, not that much. I think it was like $1,200 as a buffer, and you know, I understood what I was doing. All right, I knew I was risking the account, and it blew, so that's fine. I got the skill set, and then we go get it right back. So in less than 24 hours, actually in exactly 24 hours, I basically got the account back.
Beast.
What's my biggest loss? I'm not too sure, to be honest. It depends, you know. I don't know, you know, because we trade on prop firms. I'm not like, yo, I lost $3 like, you know. I mean, I lost yeah, 30. All right, yeah, maybe 34 lots, because that actually was on a live account. So I did end up losing like $3,500 a day, one day before like a 12K payout. You believe that? On a winning trade too. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Don't even ask me about it. Just go back to that stream and check it out. TK, why you gotta bring that stuff up, man? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. How many accounts do I have? I have 5 now. So after I pay the fee tonight, I'll have 5 again. Let's go, Jay Coop. Yeah, a lot of us in the clubhouse too are now trading on all XFAs. And XFAs are, for those that don't know like the lingo, basically, you know, when you trade funded challenges, like you do the challenge, right? And then you have the live account, they call it. So an XFA is a live account. XFA. So basically what this is like your challenge, right, side of things. Some of you guys got phase 1 and phase 2. Some of you guys got one-step challenges. But basically once you pass those, you come over to this. And these are accounts that you can actually pull money out of. So whenever we say XFA, we mean that that's us moving over, right, to the other side. So a lot of us in the clubhouse are operating XFA accounts, live accounts now. So it's been cool to see. Yeah, a lot of big payouts. I think we done. Man,
yeah, that's.
I didn't get all the answers on my IG story the other day, but the ones that I did, we were up like about almost 60,000 on the year in payouts. One dude with 22K, big dog. It's no surprise that guy's an elite member. No surprise.
No surprise. Yep.
Does your strategy and playbook work on the
Facts.
5 minute and 1 minute? Yeah, you just gotta go down there and do some work, you know, just sample size and stuff like that for a little bit.
Find how it can work for you, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true, J Coop. You know, like the account size doesn't matter that much, like with the futures, because your drawdown's getting set to 0 anyways after you take your payout. So I mean, you have a good point there too.
Yeah, and then, you know, even when we first started this new type of philosophy when it comes to funded stuff, like, you know, I told you guys it doesn't matter to me, right? So the combines, the XFAs, like I'm just gonna, you know, trade them. I don't care about blowing them. I don't look at it as if I lost $3,000. I look at it as if I lost $100. You know what I mean? So like I said, back when I was trading my own live capital, I would lose if I took a trade and took a loss. I'd lose a G, minimum. On one trade. You guys ever been in those trades with us where we get in? It's a buy position. You get in the buy. Boom. Beautiful closure. You get on the break of the highs here. And all of a sudden, bam. Who's ever been in one of these trades? Yeah. So I used to lose $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 of my own capital, my own cash, in a matter of 5 minutes, right? Doing you know, trading. So with prop firms, you know what I mean? If you get a 100K account, I mean, let's say you blow the account, right? And let's just say it does happen over one trade, which it probably won't. It'll probably happen over a few. But even if it did, I mean, I didn't lose $1,000. I didn't lose $1,500. I lost $100, right? And I can go grab another combine if I really wanted to right there. So that's the beauty of using prop firms, is you don't have to spend your own money, you don't have to lose your own money, and the money that you make can actually become real. So the money that you lose, right, is not real. Like if you lose $3,000, you did not lose $3,000. You lost $100, right? This ain't real. But the money that you win, it is real, right? Because if you make $3,000, you can actually request a payout and put that in your bank, right? So the winning is real, the losing is not. So it's a beautiful thing. So I'd rather lose, and if I do lose $100 and have the opportunity to turn money in, basically create money out of thin air. Is what we're doing, right? We're just sitting here pressing some buttons and taking some trades, and after 5 days we're getting money sent to the bank account. How does that happen?
That ROI is insane. Wow.
So yeah, that's the way I see it and look at it.
That's how I would, what Nick just said, Ken, is how I would get over the fear of triggering, like being aggressive with your size on the combine. Like, understand the risk is just that fee, that small fee you're paying. It's not a 50K account that you're risking, but $50, $50 trades, you know?
Exactly. So that means
it's
like,
okay. It's totally okay to blow combines because it's just, you're putting a $50 bet. You basically just lost a $50 trade technically. So it's just a loss. Like technically it's not like a huge loss of an account or something to be upset about.
Yep. So it's a different philosophy, you know. And look, if you can't afford challenges and combines and it's not part of your budget, then I wouldn't approach it like that. You know, when I couldn't afford them like that, I didn't trade them like that. But if you can look at it like a business and see it in the filter of like just ROI, right? Then you can say, hey, you know what? I'll create a budget. So if I lose $1,000 a trade, then that means I should have no problem putting $1,000 aside for combines, right? And then whatever happens from those happens, right? So maybe some of them we get to the XFA. I know if I get 10 100K accounts, right? I know for sure I can withdraw $1,000, right? So anything over, even if it took me 10 accounts, right, to get to a payout, and I made only $1,500, I would still be ROI positive on that investment. So it's just something to think about. A little different philosophy. And then that keeps you away from 3 months on the same challenge or combine. How many of you guys have held combines and stuff for longer than 3 months? So annoying.
Yeah, bro, come on. That's
so
whack.
annoying.
You're still paying the fee those 3 months too. Like just blow it and try to get funded quicker at a better point in the account, you know, because you're going to be paying that monthly fee anyways.
Yeah. And it's not that you can't do what I do. You just don't believe it. You just don't believe it yet. So I had a conversation with the clubhouse, and we had a conversation in December, and we talked about how easy this was going to be. And as a leader, I helped their belief level, right? Get to where it needed to be to now you see like 70% of the clubhouse is getting XFAs within under a week. So how come they do that now, but they couldn't do that last year? Right? It's because their belief level went up. So they realize that it's actually not that big of a deal. And once we begin, and that's life in general, you know, once your belief gets into it, now anything is possible, right? So that's why you see myself and a bunch of other traders here getting funded within like 2 days, 2 trades, 3 trades, you know what I mean? Because it's not that we couldn't do it before, we just didn't think it was doable, right? We didn't believe it was feasible at that point. So yeah, it's just a change in philosophy, a switch.
Sir.
Yeah, man, I remember holding that. I remember I had that 400K account. I had that joint for like 2.5 months. Oh my god!
Yeah, I remember that.
My goodness.
The funded trader, and then we're thinking, wait, like we're trading good. Why are accounts? It's that phase 1, 2 BS.
Yeah. Yep. So now the idea is, now that you believe you can get the combine finished, now we need to get you to believe that you can really get paid out. All right? That's why a lot of people get to a funded stage, but they never get a payout, because their belief level stops there, right? And then it goes right back to where it used to be. So you gotta believe bigger. I don't see why not. If you can make 3,000 on the combine, you can surely make 3,000 on the XFA. XFA means live account. Yeah, my bad.
When you believe in something like that, the mind is so powerful where you're just gonna naturally just operate in that belief. Like you're just gonna naturally walk in that belief because that's what the mindset has been programmed to do. So yeah, never stop believing. Never stop.
Like Kevin Garnett
said, every time you're taking action on something, every time you make a decision, it's always going to be based on this belief here. So it just naturally works like that. I remember the Magic of Thinking Big would talk about that too, Nick.
Yeah. Yep. Once the mind is expanded, it can never go back to its actual previous state. So that's where you got to continue to grow. You know, that's why we talk a lot about personal growth and development, because like my mentor would tell me, Nick, your income will never, ever exceed your personal growth and development. So that's why you can make someone rich and they'll give it all away, because they're not a rich person, right? They don't have the skills and the mentality that it takes to get and maintain wealth. So when someone wins the lottery, they instantly go and blow all the money, right? But someone who develops character, principle, goes through the struggle, runs through the journey, walks through the fire, they know what it takes, right? Because they went out and they got success. They weren't given it. So then now you know how to handle it much better, and your confidence and belief level is at an all-time high, because you know, hey, I'm earning it now, right? You got to get in the habit of doing things where you're like, I'm earning this. No one else is out here doing this, right? And then that will boost your confidence to another level. Don't stop believing.
Fire.
I've held a 50K for 4 months at phase 1. Yeah, man. We all did it. We all did it.
Yeah, bro. I remember I was 6 months in drawdown in one account in phase 2, bro.
It's negative 4.5%. So motivated to get up and show up to the desk every day.
Dude, and then you bring it back to break even, then go back to drawdown. I'm like, gosh, insane.
Let's see if I can find the video that changed it all for me.
You wanna how about I send it to you?
Send it to me, G. Send it. I want to play this video for you guys
You
from
might
a
have
good
to
friend
play
of
it on
mine.
Insta.
Try and send it to me somewhere up here.
Alright, I'll try. Let me see what I can do. Be quick with
My
it.
longest phase 1 I held was 10 months. Yeah, man. Yep.
No. Me too. Me too. Like, not that long, but very long as well.
Yeah. Let's go, Matt. Matt W. Creeping, baby. Creeping on it. I can't understand Top Step account rules. Which one? Which one? Have we moved to... Oh, I like this question. Did anyone... Yeah, I have this question too. Has anyone been moved to a live account after 5 withdrawals? Because I have taken 7 withdrawals this year, and I have not been put on a live account or anything. I did get an email about how they were going to be watching my accounts and all that good stuff, but they never put me on a live or anything. Yo, what up, Gabriel? Of course, man. We remember everyone. Oh, that's awesome. Nai, is it Nai Tori? W mindset.
Where'd you want it? You want me to send it to you in Zoom?
Zoom would be great. Yeah.
Let me see if I can do that. Because it's on Instagram. I believe I can.
Let's do it.
Pop.
Oh, 5 on the same account? Oh, okay, cool. I haven't done that yet. Alright, we're chilling. We glitched. I thought it was 5 total. Alright, so Goldie's trying to shape up here. Notice how we haven't done much, right, since that little celery play action. So we're trying to kind of break and retest here. So we'll see. Let's take a look at NQ. Trying to close below here as well.
In progress.
I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared to trade NQ at 9:30. So even if we do get this closure, unless we come up and make a top wick on the other candle, I'm gonna wait. Right? Unless we do that, then break the lows, I'm gonna wait. Call me what you want. I'm trying to keep my money. Trying to keep my money here. All right, let's see what gold's got in store for us here. I think buys may be almost ready here. Well, we're going to have a lot of volume come in. So if we do get a support, I may be interested here.
Yo, I sent the link in Zoom.
Okay, cool. I don't want to play that before 9:30 because I don't want you guys to just go full margin.
Norbin, that hurt your feelings? Yo, for real, bro. That was good. That was good. If you got your feelings hurt from that, definitely.
Wait, what? Hit feelings hurt from what?
The Austin video.
Oh yeah. Just passed my prop firm today, so it's good to hear that. Awesome. Love it. Yeah, you know, it's a different philosophy because the prop firms, they want you just dilly-dallying, right? They want you just messing around, been drawdown, back to break even, getting your hopes up, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, where we're just like, nah, screw that. We got skill. We're going to use that skill, and we're going to get this done, right? And it's either going to get done or we're going to get a new one. And, you know, fortunately for me, I haven't had to, like, fail that many combines, actually. I think I might have failed, like, 3. But everything else just hit because I only wait for, like, the best trades on those combines, and then I go 10 lots. 30 pips, and I'm out. All right, so I'm looking at these buys here on gold. So you got support being formed. We do have some rejection here, so I would probably go a little bit lower in my size on this trade. You have some wick rejections here, but you are getting a decently strong bullish closure here. So if we can get a lower wick, I like the buys on gold here. 30 kind of closing bullish too. So yeah, let's see if we can get a bottom wick, and if so, then I like the buys and the break of the highs. Yeah, let's do this. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have a buy stop here. Let's see if we can push up. The idea is probably gonna go break even around, maybe even close some partials around 30 pips there, and let the rest of it run. Stops are gonna be below the previous, I think the previous candle low. Yeah, like 42 pips. So I'm gonna risk my profits here from earlier on this account. How to pass a combine in one trade? I don't know. I've never passed in one trade. Yeah, it's always taken 2. I take 2 max because, or 2 minimum, because there's a 50% rule on it. So I try and make like 3 grand on one good trade, and then like another 3 grand, and then just call it there. Stop loss. So the trade, you can map it out like this. So you can either use current candle low right here, which is going to be about 20 pips, or you can use previous low, which would be about 40. So that's up to you. Yeah, I think I'll use previous lows, and if we do end up breaking the current low, then maybe close half the position or something. All right, let's see if we got volume coming in to break through those highs. This would be like an onion. Yeah, this is basically a buy off support here. So you have price kind of moving up, support, move up, support, and maybe move up here. We got volume, so we'll see what we do. What is a stop loss, by the way? What is it? So we got to make it through these wicks. If we can get through these wicks, then we should be good. If we break the high, I'll probably go break even and then let the rest run probably up into that resistance level up there. All right, perfect. So I'm going to go break even on this trade. And let's see if we can push. We're sitting about, what are we sitting? 20, 21 pips in profit. So let's see if we can make it up. Whoops. Yeah, if you guys want to close partials, you can. It's not a bad place because we are running into that resistance, right? So I want to see if we could push through, and if we can get a nice little push out of 930 here. All right, yeah, I am going to close some partials here. So I'm going to do sell one contract. So I close partials. I'm going to move this stop into profit a little bit. And yeah, let's see if it can go. W trade, 20 pips. Nobody knows nothing. All right, there it is, full TP. And I'm out like that. So good trade, 930 volume. Bada bing, bada boom. And that's the show. Copy image. Boom. All right, let's see if she runs here. She may run, being that we have been consolidating for a bit, right? Good trade. Good trade. Well anticipated. Buys off support, 930 volume. We knew we had some rejection in the area, so we wanted to get maybe a little bit aggressive, right, in our management here. But overall, full TP taken right there. That's good enough for me. I'll take my pips and be happy with them. Let's see if she runs. She filled that wick there, so let's see if she actually closes above, and if she does, she may keep running. So by the way, this trade was a coupon for the clubhouse. It was a free coupon for the clubhouse. So if you guys have the coupon, you're more than welcome to use it towards your clubhouse membership. Bro, my internet quaked. I almost missed it. Oh my God, DJ Scratchers. I'm glad you made it, bro. Glad you made it. Glad you made it. All right, good stuff. W, that's the trade. Pretty simple one. Good read. 4-hour bias, bullish, right? 1 hour closing back above. 30-minute, not the best, right? But we knew volume was coming in. 15-minute gave us support, and that was it. That was it. Gold juice box. Is she gone? All right. Any questions? Any questions on that one? That was pretty simple. Pretty simple trade. The only thing that made this a little risky, honestly, was the wicks here. That was it. Other than that, it was good to go. So you see what we did earlier? We did not jump on the buys here, right? Because they were too overextended at that point. It wasn't a good trade setup, right? If that trade wants to go, you know, we let that one go. We're not afraid to let trades go. We're not afraid to let volume move without us. You know, once you tighten up as a trader and you get to that point, nothing can shake you anymore, right? Because now you're not going to get wicked in on these and take those stupid losses and then get emotional and take a sell here and then lose again and not be able to participate here and watch this go and look at the W's in the chat, and now you're like contemplating on whether or not you should jump off a bridge later, right? Don't do that. Don't do that, right? Wait for the better setup. You know, we know that the better setup is not going to be some mid-range trade. We know that the better setup is going to be this support and then buy while waiting for volume, right? So don't settle in your approach to the desk. Don't get hustled by the market. You know what you're looking for. You know what works. That's what you have to stick to. So again, if these run, they run. We don't care about that. All we care about is if price comes down and do what we want it to do, that's when we execute trades. So another example of that here today, and congratulations to everyone who caught that. If you caught the trade, throw a W in the chat. Yeah, plus we had a lot of volume too. Damn. Clubhouse all took that trade. I know y'all spotted that one. Yeah, if you guys aren't in the clubhouse, join the clubhouse today. We're just heating up. If you want to take more of these trades with us, like outside of the New York session, pull up, man. We have a lot of fun, and the value is honestly crazy. One of my boys hit me up. Not really. I wouldn't say he was my boy, but he's some guy that we've been chatting with, and he's a really good trader and stuff. And he's like, yo, I'm going to come into your community just to hang out and have some fun. He's like, I just started trading futures. I want to get to know it a little bit better from forex. And I was like, yeah, pull up. You know, I thought he was talking about the YouTube live stream, but he's like, I'm gonna join your clubhouse, bro. It's only $149 a month. I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, that's too cheap, bro. That's too. I'm like, yeah, it's that. So we can't do any discounts or anything like that. There is no discount, man. Trust me. The clubhouse is so discounted already. It's not even funny. The clubhouse should be $600 a month. Minimum. Yo, King
I see some other
Tuffa.
communities, bro.
My G.
I see some other communities charging more, and they don't even give the half of the value that they get here.
Yeah, those dudes are on Discord voice channel for 25 minutes a day, and you guys are giving them $250 a month. Crazy.
And they don't even jump everyday live, bro.
They don't. We're over here pouring our heart into people. Literally giving y'all all I got. Pouring my life into this community here. You know what I mean? So there is no discount. There really isn't. There never will be. The price will only go up. I know what I bring to the table. I know what we bring to the table, and it's only up from here. I just made 600, bro. You're right. There you go. There you go.
Wait, half a year right there.
The coolest part about it is the clubhouse members are the most fired up ones here. All right, just made 20 times 1 month subscription. There you go. There's a guy that charges 500 and only trades 2 days live. Wow. Yeah, no, you guys, I mean, the clubhouse is my passion project, gang. Like, this is what I'm pouring my life into, you know? Like, I take time away from my family to do this stuff because I truly believe it's a mission of mine. I report above, and, you know, the report above says, you know, go forth and multiply these traders, you know? So that's what we're doing. Did I trade London session? I did. I took a trade in London. It was, where was that? It was over here. So it was off this 1 hour candle. Right, oh, this 4 hour. See this this candle right here? This was the candle I traded in London. Yeah, we had buy stops in the clubhouse for legit 1 hour. Over 1 hour. Magnus went, cooked eggs, came back, ate eggs, did this, did that, man, and we still didn't get activated. It was wild. Possibility for Playbook 3.0. Yeah, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. I think I'm probably going to pull everyone together for a big webinar pretty soon. I think it's time. You guys remember the webinars like me, Sam, and Rafi did. I also did one on just technical analysis and all that. I think it's almost time. You guys have been asking me for a couple months here, but I just haven't felt it necessary. But we have really made some amazing tweaks, some adjustments, a couple different tweaks in thought process and philosophy as well that I think we could probably get together for and hammer out. But I'll let you guys know about that. Yeah, maybe we'll do that like in May, maybe late April, early May or something. King Tuffa, you're back in the clubby, eh? Bro, you know what's so crazy? It's so crazy. We literally just brought your name up 2 days ago. Chat, was that 2 days ago? Clubhouse? 1, maybe 2 days? And we were like, man, how has King Tuffa been? So it's good to see you back, brother. Where's C Melly? He's probably out some. Is today Thursday? I think he plays golf on Thursdays. I was on a community where the leader will charge $500 for each Zoom session about 4 times a month. Damn. Hold on, let me write that down. Thanks for giving me these ideas, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Inflation prices are going up.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. What do we got here? Mr. Jordan. Little 527. Very nice. Very nice. Go ahead and post your profits or losses in the Clubhouse channel. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, my bad. What did I say? Thursday? Alright, so maybe C Melly's not playing golf. Hey Nick, I enjoy your vibe and approach. Delivering my strategy now, and once I master it, I will join you guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Matthias. Dial it in, big dog. Oh yeah, the video that changed everything for me. Yeah, where's Johnny Gems? Johnny. Come back. Yo, Johnny Gems, send that video again in Zoom. If you can. Oh, what do we got here? 1100. Yeah, I'm up 1500 on the day. What is this? 606. Very nice. Very nice. Oops. Good stuff. Ronnie. 800. 300. Oh my God. This. You see what I mean? Like. That's what I'm saying. Pulling profits out here.
Magic trick.
Amen, King Tuffa. Magic trick. Johnny Gems, where are you?
Eating eggs.
No, that kid doesn't eat till like 6 p.m. every day.
Oh wow. Oh wow, just one meal?
Just one meal.
He gets it.
He's on it. By the way, how many people do we have on here right now? 634.
Yo, he sent the video, by the way.
Oh, he sent it?
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Hey, so yesterday we got some not so great news about my dad's health. So if y'all can just pray for our dad, that would be awesome. I know we got prayer warriors. I know God's on the throne. I'm never worried about anything, but in everything, I'm giving gratitude and taking it out in prayer. So if y'all can pray for our dad, that'd be great. Appreciate that. Last time y'all prayed for him, man, it was like a miracle happened. So yeah. Did he send it? He said he sent it?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, this video right here. Change it all. You ready? If your kids are sitting with you, this video does have some explicit language. So just, hold your child's ears or something. I'm giving you a fair warning. All right? Warning, warning. Curses incoming. All right, let's do it.
Some of you are keeping accounts in drawdown because your ego, that's all it is your ego doesn't want to just let go. Let go, fail it. No one gives a fuck. Literally, no one cares. Your girlfriend, your wife, they don't care. They don't even know what you're doing probably. They don't know about all the other ones you failed. Fail it, take lessons from it, and move on. Because I think staying in drawdown on a SIM-funded account for a long period of time is very foolish. Yeah, your wallet cares, like Jacob said. But that's why I made the comment that I did, Jacob. If you can't afford to go through combines, then don't. But if you can afford an extra $500 or $200, spend it on the combines, but just realize that's all you've lost. You don't lose anything when you lose the XFA. You already spent the money. That's a simulated monopoly money account. Something I've been guilty of, nursing the hell out of a combine that's within 300. Oh my God, bro. Burn it. Sacrifice it. Sacrifice it to the gods. Slit its neck, let it bleed out. Move on. But shouldn't you hold and build the capital? No, because it's not real. When you pass, especially in a combine, it's not like any account or any company is judging you on your combine trading, your challenge trading. They don't care. They care about the funded account trading.
Yep.
Listen, I know some of you are keeping accounts in drawdown because your ego, that's all it is your ego doesn't want to just let go.
Yeah.
Let go,
so that's
fail it. No one gives a fuck. Literally, no one cares. Your girlfriend, your wife, they don't care. They don't even know what you're doing probably. They don't know about all the other ones you failed. Fail it, take lessons from it, and move on. Because I think staying in drawdown on a SIM-funded account for a long period of time is very foolish. Yeah, your wallet cares, like Jacob said. But that's why I made the comment that I did, Jacob. If you can't afford to go through combines, then don't. But if you can afford an extra $500 or $200, spend it on the combines. But just realize that's all you've lost. You don't lose anything when you lose the XFA. You already spent the money. That's a simulated monopoly money account. Something I've been guilty of, nursing the hell out of a combine that's within 300. Oh my God, bro. Burn it.
Burn it.
Sacrifice it. Sacrifice it to the gods. Slit its neck, let it bleed out. Move on. But shouldn't you hold and build the capital? No, because it's not real. When you pass, especially in a combine, it's not like any account or any company is judging you on your combine trading, your challenge trading.
So,
they don't
yeah.
care. They care about the funded account
So
trading.
basically that video really, because it's funny because I was already thinking that. You know what I mean? Like I was already thinking that way, but just to hear him and then eventually, like, because sometimes me and Austin will hang out and golf or go over to his house and work out and stuff. So like then after really conversating and seeing like how much of the same page we were on, I'm like, that's a no-brainer. Like I'm bringing that mentality and that mindset to my community, right? And I'm glad we did, right? I'm glad we did because yeah, traders have made some serious money now.
It's been working. That mindset has been working
been
for
working.
us to speed the process to get to XFAs and to get us payouts. That's the point of it. How fast can we speed up the process from going to combine to XFA so we can start getting payouts?
And look, you gotta be smart. You know what I mean? You gotta be strategic. You gotta use your noggin a little bit. You know, God gave you a brain, right? You can do anything you want with that brain, and you really gotta use it. You know, don't just blindly do stuff. Like, make sure you're in a position to do that. Make sure you're strategizing for that. Make sure you got your ducks in line, right? Don't just do something because someone said it and you just do what you think they said, right? Notice how he also said, you know, if you can't afford that, don't do that, right? So, got to use the brain too when you're doing these type of things. I didn't know Austin was chill like that. Yeah, Austin's chill, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, he doesn't live that far from me, so we'd be hanging out.
I love chatting, trading with Austin.
Yeah, actually, my me, Anna, and all the kids and all that were just over at his house maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Then he said, what did he say? He said, blow the accounts and learn the learn the lessons within them and move on, bro. We're all supposed to be learning from any failures, temporary defeat we're experiencing, and we're critiquing our system every day. Thanks to the losses.
He did say that. Yeah, don't do like I used to do. I burn the account, sacrifice it, and the only thing I was studying was how to memorize my debit card number for the next time I needed it to buy a brand new challenge or combine. Man, I had that thing memorized. I knew the numbers, I knew the expiration, I knew the 3 on the back. I got rid of that card. I'm like, I don't want to even look at this card ever again in my life. we were paying the fee. High volume times. Okay, so high volume times are going to be, we're going to use Eastern times here, right? Eastern Standard Times. You're going to have high volume in the Asian session from, by the way, your other guru is going to charge you $500 to jump on Zoom, so he can tell you this. All right, Asian session, 8 to 10. Typically, the highest time of volume is going to be 9, right? So if you can come in and do your breakdowns and, you know, get familiar with where the market is, and settle in, and by 9 p.m. be ready. There should be volume coming in. So if you got setups, that would probably be the best time, 8 to 9. I mean, 9 to 10 here, right? London session, you got pre-London where you're going to get some volume coming in at like 1:30 a.m. 1:30 a.m. And then that'll probably die down till like 2:30, right? So they call that pre-London. So sometimes there's some volume in this window here. If not, if there's nothing at 2:30, I'll tend to wait until 3, because then that 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. candle is obviously London open, right? So that's where you're going to get the bulk of your volume in London, is that 3 to 4 a.m. candle. But again, keep in mind, pre-London also works really well. And then down here, you got pre-New York, which you'll see a lot of volume come in between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. Eastern time. And then, you know, the New York Open.
6 to 8 more so.
Yeah, I would say like 6 to 8, but then
Yeah,
that just rolls right in.
Moves.
Basically 6 to like 10, honestly. Right?
Yeah, that's the whole New York session, right?
Pretty much. And then the obvious times that you already know, you know, 8 a.m. and, you know, 9:30 a.m. and all that stuff. Even 11 a.m., 11:15, that's like London close. So you'll get some volume, especially if you're trading like pairs like pound yen and stuff, you'll get some volume. But yeah, outside of the New York session, I would say Asian is pretty clean from 8 to 10. And then you got pre-London and then London Open. All right, pay the fee. That's good. All right, and that's it. Hope everyone has a great day. That was a 45-second Zoom call. Appreciate y'all for the 500, and I'll see you on the next one. We'll do more of these. See you later.
That was fun. Let's do it again.
I'll be damned. I don't think I could ever do that. I couldn't pull
Stay away
something
from
like
these
that.
Gurus. Right,
If
I
that's
would
what a
feel like
guru
crap.
is, I'm not a guru for sure. If you blow the account, don't cry. Blow another one. There you go. How many accounts did I blow back in the day? About 40. I remember one stream I showed you guys all the accounts. Like it was like 2 pages of accounts. You know when you gotta like hit next to go to the next page? It's like next, and it was just like account. These were all with like my forex funds, FTMO, you know, those companies.
Yes, sir, Junior. I'll send it in right now, brother.
Hey, give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Let me send that in. Rafi, brother, how's everything going?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. I have a massive interview next Monday, so been kind of cooking some things.
Bro, preparing yourself, that's what's up.
Yeah. Big things happening here, so that's the beauty of being back in the US, you know?
Nice, bro.
Like, people feel like, oh, you're in the US, you know, like we could meet anytime, you know, so. Like when you're in Bali, it's like, oh, wow, like you're far. People already feel disconnected, you know?
Right, dude. There's so much opportunity down here. It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Yeah. How have you been like? How have you been liking just your move down so far? Since you moved down.
You know, man, just a lot of challenges with the move. Not gonna lie, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm trying to look at the positive. You know, which everything brings consequences. You know, positive and negative. So, just trying to adjust to that and taking it one day at a time, and just looking into the possibilities that are coming my way. You know, so like that's what I'm holding on to. Plus, the weather sometimes doesn't help, but.
That will make you come down to Florida.
Yeah, that's the goal, man. That's the goal.
Right.
I feel like we stopped in the wrong station.
Yeah. But that's all we can do, just prepare ourselves every day for opportunities to come in the future.
Yeah.
So that's what's up.
You know, I'm grateful, man, that I'm working with a lot of people, so that keeps me busy, you know. And man, it's just crazy when you work with people, you know, like you learn from them, you know what I'm saying? Even though like you're helping them with certain things, you help from them. So their failures, their struggles kind of like changes everything in my perspective, you know what I mean?
That's yeah.
So it keeps me thinking, you know, it keeps me like looking forward to something else rather than actually being consumed with illusion, basically, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's great.
How about you? How's everything out there? You going back to New York?
Yeah, same old. Yeah, I'll probably take a trip to New York in the summertime. But yeah, that'll be in a couple months. I think I'm gonna head down there maybe like end of June. So yeah, I'm gonna go down there. But yeah, as of now, everything's chilling. You know, just waking up every day, looking to hit goals and looking to get better. And enjoying the life at the same time, enjoying the freedom that comes with it. So yeah,
Beautiful.
the clubhouse is
we're
my
just
family,
blessed, man.
right?
We're
This is
just
like home.
blessed, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm at home right now. You know?
Yeah, it feels, you feel it. Well, I do on some days. You know what I'm saying? Like when you don't have nothing going on and it's just like, oh wow. But then guess what? Monday we get it back, man. Like I've been talking to people and people like, oh, it's Monday. I'm like, I'm looking forward to Monday, bro. It's the
Right?
best day.
Hell yeah. Right? That's what I'd be saying too.
Yeah.
Friday comes, everyone's happy, but me, I'm like, damn. All right. But it's all good. I still enjoy the weekend. I still have fun and stuff. But yeah, Monday, you know I'm ready to go. Can't wait.
Yeah. Now what? Right?
Yeah, right. For real. Facts, Magnus. Monday's the best. That's for sure.
Bro, I completely forgot, like, everyone gets paid on Fridays. Like, I forgot what that was all about. Like, I remember waiting on Friday. Just waiting. How many guys are like me? You get paid on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you spend like 80% of your net worth. And then it's like Monday and Tuesday, you got to get like chicken nuggets from like Burger King for lunch. You're like, come on. Thursday, you're like, your tank is legit empty. You're like, I need this paycheck Friday. You're checking that joint, you're checking your bank account at like midnight. You're like, I know the direct deposit tends to hit right around midnight. Man, I remember.
You're rich on the weekend and then broke for the week. That's what one of my boys used to say that. But yeah, that's hilarious, bro.
Just balling out on the weekend.
Get paid on Friday, spend it all on the weekend, and then back to being poor on the to start the week.
Yep. All right, I think I'm done here. Yeah, 15-minute close bearish. 30-minute close disgusting, 1 hour close disgusting, 4 hour close bearish. Yeah, we're trapped. We're trapped. So we'll probably remain trapped here till Friday, NFP. So we're going to be getting familiar with this range here over the next day or two, as we have been getting acquainted with it already. So we've taken a bunch of positions in this range. It's still a tradable range, but this is most likely going to be your pre-NFP range for Friday. So like once we get numbers come out on Friday, maybe we break out of here, maybe we break out later. You know, Trump's going to be speaking later. I'm sure he's going to be talking about tariffs and stuff, but that's going to be towards the market close. So if you guys haven't showed up to Asian session yet, today's probably a really good Asian session to get a part of. Yeah, this might be big. We got Trump talking, the market's going to close, and then all that stuff's going to get priced in later. So once that gets priced in later, you should have a lot of healthy movement on I should say, an Asian session. So that's it for me, my friends. W trade here today. Congrats to all who took it. Johnny Gems, Rafi, appreciate y'all coming through.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Sir. Yes, sir. Do we have any last minute questions here? Do you only operate in New York for 2 hours? No, we operate in Asian, London, pre-New York, and then New York for 2 hours. So we trade every other session for about 2 hours as well. King Tuffa, enough love. Good to see you back in the clubhouse, G. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Let's stay patient and disciplined over the next 3 to 6 months, and let's change the future.
King Tuffa, my man. Let's go. Let's run it, bro.
Yes, sir. Happy to have you back, G. All right, y'all.
Thanks.
YouTube, love y'all. Clubhouse, you guys can stick around if you like. I don't know if we're going to take any more trades, but if you guys have any questions or want to go over anything, I'll stick around so we could do some of that. And everyone else, see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, same time, same place. I hope y'all have a great day. Later. And till next time.
God bless y'all.
Blessings.
Stay out of trouble.
Peace, G's. Later, y'all. Have a good day. Peace. See ya. Later, Gators. Y'all have a good one, all right? Blessings, G's. Peace.
Yeah, I was down, but now I'm up. I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, it's all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that. I was down, but now I'm up. ain't gon' be mad at this. I had to ask my dad if it's okay to swing my bat at this. He said, boy, if I picture this out of the park, moving so quick it's like they stuck in park. They see the numbers, but I see the heart. 10,000 hours you spent in the dark, putting in good work, even though you didn't even know that it would work. Talking about a man who grew up in woodwork, do it for the love of it, that's the way it should work, yeah, yeah. I know some people gon' look at me crazy and I'm like, for what? Man, I was stuck, I was down, but now I'm up, yeah. This all God, this ain't no love, yeah. I used to be stuck in that mud, yeah. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm up. I was down, but now I'm
down, now I'm up like a seesaw. When I'm on a beat like an old man's lawn, better keep off. From the ground to the treetops, got clouds on my feet like Jack in the Beanstalk. Jumped off quick, went straight in a free fall. Cowboy hat and a mic singing yeehaw. Landed on my feet like a feline, put them back in the seat like a recline. Ay, what you mean I'm not worthy? Did it with a purpose, didn't need a permit. Digging from the bottom and I brought it to the surface. Mind your business, now who I worship. Who the little guy making big moves. Tick-tock, turn it to a tick, boom. Yeah, I talk a lot of stuff, probably thought it was a bluff, till I went and turned it where?
I was down, but now I'm up. Let's go, yeah. This all God, this ain't no love, yeah. I used to be stuck in that mud, yeah. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm up. I was down, but now I'm up.
A2000 EST OCOEE. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey. I need peace, I need love, I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace, I need love, I need everything that's coming from above. I want my dog, ay. Birds of a feather, we gon' fly together. Ay, we gon' rock forever like it's heavy metal. I ain't Christopher Columbus, I would never settle. I ain't Lewis, I ain't Clark, I would never settle. God told me I'm Olympic, for real. Ay, seek the kingdom while you simping, for real. Why you talking, you should listen, for real. All this jaywalking got me limping, for real. Hey, jaywalking, hey, Jesus walking, hey, Jesus talking. Yo, big faith, yeah, I need a whole lot of that way, where I'm about to go like amigo. Can't see the vision and you can't be me amigos. I call up my girl and then we pull her to the Rego. That's the only time we pay to see you acting way different. Way different. Same book, but the pay's different. The pay's different. Is it cliche to say I'm lane switching? Well, I'm lane switching. Hold on, let me put my turner signal on, so they see me coming. They still can't see me coming. Only two things that I need is peace. I need love, I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace, I need love, I need everything that's coming from up. They like, how he, who he, what is this? Hey, my studio is wherever I sit. Hey, I plug in the microphone and now you hear that click. It's a hit. Hey, way it hit 'em like, whoa, man. Hey, make 'em do the uh-oh, man. Hey, how you just came up with whoa, man? Flow electric, this is not a slow dance. Not a slow dance. We come together and we pray and hold hands. He give grace, so wherever grace lands. He paid the price, ain't have no escape plan. Yeah, no plan. Yeah, no plan. Actually, his plan was the plan, so he planned it. Ayy, set the bar high, he the code, so I scanned it. Ayy, we saving souls on the campus. Ayy, but this ain't no religion, we ain't following your antics. Ayy, thank you, Lord, I sit like a praying mantis. Enemy just tryna see me sink Titanic. Never out, but I'm outlanded. Even when I'm out, soon as I land. Back to the beach, back to the sand. Is back to the... Only two things that I need is peace. I need love, I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace, I need love, I need everything that's coming from above.
change. I've been trying to find my way. I'm tired of going through the motions. I was just trying to be down, now it's just time to be me. Now it's just time to be tired of going through the motions. I was just trying to be down, now it's just time to be me. Now it's just time to be tired of going through the motions. Trying to make it through a long day with a uniform for a shirt. So quick to lose inspiration when I'm clocking back into work. It could be worse. I ain't sleeping in the dirt. I've been going through the motions while I'm on this earth. What's it worth? All this time.